Hey guys, it's Kyle again here with Inside the Play. Going to take a look at a technical aspect of Ronnie Harrison's pass breakup against Clemson in the national championship game. A lot of times fans get caught up in the big plays and that makes a difference. Obviously, the onside kick was a huge play, but a lot of times the little individual plays get lost in games and people forget about the minute things that happen to win games and how hard it is to win a game at this level. The fact that Alabama's winning 10 plus games every year since 2008 is mind boggling when you look at what it takes to win a game, let alone 10, let alone averaging 12 a year. It's just beyond comprehension what's going on in Tuscaloosa right now. So, right here, Clemson comes out in an empty set. 3rd and 9. Alabama's up 21-14. This is really the start of the offensive explosion in this game. And Clemson has their three receivers to the top here. And if you'll look, they're going to run a concept real similar. Some of the guys who've paid attention to the 1992 SEC championship game, it's the same concept that Spurrier ran that put Alabama in a pickle a lot in that game and picked apart one of the greatest defenses in college football history. What they'll do is your outside receiver will run a stop. So it's a low pattern to try to gain your corner's attention and have him squat. This guy's going to clear out and hopefully pull the safety over, leaving you one-on-one. Now, in the SEC championship game, Alabama was playing a lot of zone, so the corner couldn't be right, and the safety had to roll over. But it's the same concept. It's against a different defense here. Anyways, he'll squat. Cyrus sits. He runs a corner, and Ronnie's beat, but keeps fighting. He's what Coach Saban calls out of phase. He's behind the guy, has to come back and make a great play at the end, and you'll see what happens. So this is just another time of talking about how good Deshaun Watson is. This throw right here from the right hash, this is an NFL level throw. You want to talk about a guy who was on fire that night and is a great quarterback, Deshaun Watson. This right here, you can't throw it any better than that. That's a touchdown 10 times out of 10 when you make that throw. And their receiver had it. And Watson's floored. He doesn't know how it didn't happen. So right here, let's watch. All right, right there. As you can see, you'll hear Coach Saban and Coach Smart and those guys talk about in phase and out of phase. Ronnie Harrison's not in phase or out of phase. Ronnie Harrison's beat. And he's having to recover. Okay, he was playing an out of phase technique there, kind of running behind him, and Scott got loose. Cyrus saw the ball go, so he's coming trying to help. But as you can see, if Watson can put the ball here, which is not an easy throw, look how far he's throwing this ball. Go out in your yard and throw a ball 30 yards downfield and throw it 50 yards across the field into a garbage can and see how many times you can do it. And then do it with that big freaker right there coming right at your grill, number 56. This is an amazing throw. He lays it right in there. Now you'll see Ronnie's hand gets there slightly early. Okay? Ronnie's beat, he's coming in, and he knows when the guy's head goes up and his eyes start widening that he's going for the ball. That's taught to all DBs. When the guy looks back, he's going for the ball. The arms are out, he's going for the ball, so go ahead and come in there and hope you time it right. So, as his arm comes in, look, the ball is caught. This is a touchdown. As you're going to see, he's going to cradle the ball with both arms, cover the nose of the football up, and Ronnie, a freshman, remember, he's just a freshman, will do what, NFL DBs fail to do a lot of times. He's going to get his hand on the bottom nose of this football and rip it out. And when I say rip it out, this is a guy who's been in the Cochran weight program. This is a guy who's been working out since he's in 6th grade, ripping with every ounce of energy he has to get this ball out. And it saves a touchdown. You're going to see right here, as he gets around, he grabs that ball right there, boom, and it pops out. An unbelievable play right there. Every ounce of energy he has to bring this ball out. It is caught. It is a touchdown. All Ronnie can do is grab at the nose of the football. And you got to remember how fast this is happening. This is milliseconds that he has to make the decision to get the arm up. He sees the guy cradle the ball, and his instincts, it's been beat into him with great coaching. The instincts, find the nose of the ball, rip the ball. Find the nose of the ball, rip the ball. His hand finds the nose of the ball, and he's not going against, some middle school scrub wide receiver here. This guy was I believe he was an all-ACC performer. He's got the ball, and he knows what's coming, and he's holding it as tight as he can. And as he goes to the ground, Harrison's going to use every bit of strength he has on the nose of the football, pulling it straight up. Boom, pops out. And guys, that's the difference in 7 points and 3 points. And in a game like the national championship, there's your difference in winning a national championship and not. Little plays like that often get overlooked. No one talks about that play. Everyone talks about the onside kick, about OJ's touchdown catches, about Henry's big night. All rightfully so. Everyone wants to talk about Mount Cody's blocks against Tennessee. Well, yes, rightfully so. Those plays were huge. But the plays no one talks about in the 2009 Tennessee game is, how about Lee Tiffin hitting the 50-plus yard field goals? The things no one thinks about that factors into the game, and doing the right things at the right time. Here's a true freshman making a play in a national championship game in a quarter of a second that shows the great coaching and the great technique that goes into this. And that just goes back to show you why college football coaches get paid the big money, that they can convince an 18-year-old to trust the system and not just run through the guy. Because if he runs through the guy, when he stopped, if he just runs through him, it's pass interference, first down on the 10-yard line. Clemson's got a good shot to score. Trust the technique, trust what you do, and you win a national championship as a freshman at Alabama. All right, guys, for Inside the Play, this is Kyle.